Hey, how are ya? Welcome to Friendship Shaving. You've caught me a little way into my shave tonight with my new Vie-Long 13061S horsehair brush. It's an absolutely fine brush and I'm really enjoying using it. And I should stress that no horses were harmed in the making of this brush. The hair is cut and collected as part of their normal grooming process. Now, Vie-Long, I've been making horsehair brushes since 1940, and currently it is the founder's grandson that is continuing the tradition of making handmade brushes. The brush is made up of two types of hair, 35% mane hair and 65% tail hair. And it's an excellent combination of firm hair and soft tips. I believe it is a slightly coarser mane hair that gives it tremendous backbone, and the tail hair that breaks down and makes beautifully soft tips. It's really very nice. It is a little bit prickly when you first use it because the hair is very fine, and as I said, there is some coarse hair in there to give it a backbone. But I've had it for 5 days and it's really starting to break in nicely. I think within another week or so this will be an absolutely fine brush. It's got a lovely acrylic handle made up in 2 parts. I'll pop it there while I go through a pass with my G-bar tonight. But it's got a lovely garnet colour on the top, and the bottom half of the handle is made up of clear acrylic that has a lovely white swirl within it. It's really a very attractive brush, I find. Now the hairs are fine, and there is a tendency for the brush to tangle a little bit. But if you let it dry and give it a comb through, I've been using a comb with a wide space between the tines, and that works really well just to keep it in nice condition. When I first got it, I was a little bit rough with it, and the hair tangled in the middle of the knot and pulled the top of the knot down in the middle. It was quite strange, and I had to get a toothpick in just to untangle those cotters. So this is a brush to take care of and treat nicely. And I'm sure you will do that with your brushes anyway. Now I'll just read something from the packet for you. I just need to reach and get my glasses back in a moment. There we are. So it says that apply shaving soap in a smooth circular movement without exerting excessive pressure on the brush. And I guess that bit is quite important, or they wouldn't have put it on there. So you can see the brush is a nice shape. It's really comfortable for me to hold. It's really nice. The brush comes in a couple of variants. There is the 13061B, which I guess the B is maybe Spanish for Blanca, because that is a natural white hair brush, horsehair brush. There is a bulb shaped brush, which is the 13061M, and this one is a brown hair fan shaped brush, which I'll show you a bit more of in a moment when I've washed the soap out of it a little bit. There is also a brush that is just a 13061 with no initial letter after the numbers, and that apparently is a 50-50 hairbrush, so 50% mane and 50% tail. And I love this brush, I do. I am really enjoying it. The tips are starting to be so soft now. Soap everywhere. It was a little difficult to lather up when I first got it, but as you can see, there's no problem with the lather now. It's just starting to break in nicely. It's silky smooth when I do this sort of motion. And even this is nice. Yeah, it's going to be a good brush, this one. So I'll just rinse this out a little bit so you can see a bit more of it. There we are. Give that a shake and put that in full view. My pet hate is that they put a little label on. I wish they would stamp the bottom of the brush. I think it would be a lot more classy. And there's only me that sees the label. I don't have a shave room full of people all looking at my brushes. So there we go, that's my little pet hate out of the way. I'm having a great shave tonight with this Gem G-Bar. If you've never experienced or used a single-edged razor before, this is a really nice one to try. They're readily available, and I think it's great. It's a great hobby we've got, isn't it, gents? I've been using the OSP soap tonight, and I'm hoping that by the time Saturday comes, my family will be kind to me again, and I will end up with a couple of more soaps. Fingers crossed. There we go, we are about done. Sorry it was just a quick one this evening. I hope you don't mind. And I'm a little late putting a video out. I haven't been doing so well the last week. Now I'll just rinse my face and I'll be back to you in a moment. There we are, some clean water and a drop of cold as is usual for me. Now I'm going to just pop on a little bit of Lucky Tiger again. Soothes and refreshes. I always read that bit. I do like this aftershave. It's nice and subtle. It feels really good when you put it on. In fact, I might have got a bit too much on there. Now I'll be running out of one of my aftershaves in maybe 3 weeks or so. So if you're watching and you are able to give me a suggestion as to a nice, reasonably priced aftershave that I could try, well, I'll certainly look into it and I'll buy one of your suggestions and we can maybe try it on a video. I quite like, well, I'm just open to anything. Let's just leave it at that and see if you make any suggestions. So I would say that the Vie-Long 13061S with the fan-shaped brush, or knot rather, is turning out to be a really nice brush. The handle is highly polished, and I did wonder if that would make it a bit difficult to hold, but it doesn't appear to be the case. And these tips are just softening up beautifully on the top. As I said, I think another week or two, and those slightly shorter, slightly more coarse hairs, I think they will start to break down as well. Of course, when you get a Vie-Long brush, you will have to deal with the Vie-Long Pong. It is quite normal for a natural hairbrush, but this one was really funky. It was quite atrocious. So what I did was got some washing up liquid on it, some dish detergent, really massaged that in and you know, frothed it up against my hand and left it to soak then for an hour, dried the brush off, and then I shampooed and conditioned it another twice after that to get rid of the smell. And of course now it just smells of soap. It's not a problem when that happens, it is entirely natural, but sometimes you get one that stinks to high heaven, and it's only when they're wet. When you first open the packet, it smells fine. As soon as you get it wet, it absolutely pongs. So maybe that's something you'll have to deal with. But don't be put off, because I am loving my new brush. It's just great, as the material on the website says. It's an excellent combination of firm hair and soft tips, and I love it. So maybe you'll give one a go. If you have a Vie-Long or a horsehair brush made by another company, please get in touch, leave a comment, and I'd love to know what you think of your horsehair brush and how you find it, and how you find it in comparison with your other brushes. I'd be really, really interested to know. So, for me, that's it. You all take care of yourselves and have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da now.